Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I am deathly ill right now, so we're gonna hop into some ranked. I'm gonna try to keep my voice down because my throat is killing me. And yeah, work is done for the week. Unfortunately, the second I'm off, I'm gonna get sick with whatever bullshit that was in my office the last couple of weeks, or I guess the last couple of days, because I woke up today like this. But yeah, I feel like shit, chills, body aches, probably a fever. Haven't checked yet. But and then perfect time. You know what's funny? You know, you guys probably clicked on the video because of the title. I'm going to get into that, don't worry, but I wanted to talk about some stuff real quick before that. You know what's funny? So last year, I don't get sick that often. I've gotten sick in the last year and a half on Christmas Eve, which is from working, because, you know, I work around sick people all the time. And then I got sick the day before my MCAT, which is like the biggest exam in my entire life that I have to take at this... I just licked my mic. That's disgusting. At this given time, it's probably the hardest exam I have to take. Okay, EQ, I'm going to tornado everything to the middle, so hopefully our Ice Wizard can splash and we don't take a fuck ton of damage. And the Firecracker is hitting my tower. But the day before the biggest exam of my life, I also had like a 101 fever. I was really sick, horribly sick. And then today was the day that my AMCAS application, so the medical school application service, my application got submitted today. So that means I can now submit my applications to other medical schools and potentially get interviews. And today is the day I started feeling sick. So you know what? Maybe that's the universe. I don't know. Is that the universe watching out for me? Is it the universe telling me I'm a bitch and I gotta do stuff to myself in Minecraft that I don't want to do? You guys have to tell me. Anyways, you guys probably clicked on this video because I made a pretty bold claim. And I'm going to get into the claim. And I do think there is legitimate truth to it. And so where the claim... Oh my god, that Firecracker every time, man. Where the claim originates from is... It's just this thought that I've had, because I've never been cheated on, never cheated on like a real relationship. I've talked to girls and I found out they were talking to dudes behind my back, but I don't consider that cheating. Cheating as in like you're committed, you might be living together with another woman. There is a very high level of commitment at this point. That's what I'm referring to. Are you fucking kidding me? He got away with that Tesla placement? That is bullshit. I'm gonna try to cycle as quickly as I can, bring this Valkyrie all the way over here, then maybe go ahead like this, and I want to obviously go ahead with another Expo as soon as possible. That's completely okay. He can take all that damage on that other side. I should be able to get it all back in blood. He does have EQ, but let's see if we can get it all back. Come on, man. He's playing the worst Teslas in the world. Come on. Nice, very nice. And I'm the fucking E-Spirit. I'm rocketing whatever he places. Play something else. Oh, man, a horrible rocket. But at least it gets us back onto the tower. Gets us some pivotal damage from this position, which, to be fair, it clearly isn't enough to get us into the lead. But so I've never had the crisis of being cheated on. That's never been something that's happened to me. But what I will say is that I feel like I kind of understand... I feel like at this point I'm kind of knowledgeable in relationships, and even though I've never been cheated on, I've been done wrong before in the past, and I think above all it's always better to know like bad things better than later. Obviously, in a perfect world, you would never get cheated on to begin with, but that shit like that does happen. It does happen, and that's just something you and me and a lot of people have to accept, that there are people out there that would do shit like that to you. But would you rather know that they were going to cheat on you today or in 5 years? You know what I mean? Would you rather go through countless more memories, all to make them more painful looking back? Or would you rather just know right now, go through the pain as early as possible? You know, you're still not, you might have still not developed the relationship that you would have hoped to have had. And that's kind of my theory there, that, you know, there's so much shit. I don't know what I'm really going for here. There's so much shit that can happen in this world. So much horrible shit that can happen to people, like getting cheated on, for instance. And it's almost always better when things like that are out of your control, when it shows the real personality of the person you're talking to. It's always better to see that earlier. You always want to see the true colors, which I guess in hindsight is a pretty, you know, intuitive thing to know. But I know some people that are like, you know, they're in shambles. They're like, why do they have to cheat on me? Why do they have to do this? And I'm always saying, dude, it's a good thing to get cheated on. Real shit. Obviously, if you were going to get cheated on, that means that girl was never into you to begin with. Like, she was always thinking about, you know, going, basically. That you don't want to be around this lady. Oh my god, we're on his tower, please. Wait, hold on, I need to tornado this away. It's not going to be enough. I'm going to rocket. It's not going to be enough. I fucking lost the game. He's going to EQ. And somehow the fucking, okay, you know what? Whatever. Zastery, you did it, man. Cry in my face. This is why. Oh my god. But yeah, that's kind of the thought that's been going around in my head, because I know a lot of people, man, that, and this isn't even necessarily about cheating, but they've been with people for 4 years, 6 years, very long time, and it takes that long sometimes for a person to reveal their true colors. You know what I mean? And I've been in relationships before where, I've known that, like, this isn't my person, and I feel almost obliged to not hurt this person's feelings. But it's almost always better to rip the band-aid off, man. It's better for you as a person, better for the other person. It's the morally correct thing to do in that circumstance. You know what I mean? You always want to be the person that is, if you have any kind of, care for the other person, you always want to be in their best interest. And the best interest is always in, so that they can get on and move on from you as quickly as possible. In my opinion, which I think is a pretty easy opinion to argue. I don't think many people argue that it's fucked up to get cheated on, and that it's better to not be better to not be cheated on than to be cheated on. But in this instance, it's, if the person's gonna cheat anyway, man, do it earlier. Rip the band-aid off as early as possible. I want to know pronto. Give me the bad news so I can become a better person, improve who I am at an earlier time. Because every single person you'll ever talk to, the worst people, the best people, they will always teach you something. This life is just so full of lessons. And I've met so many great people. I've been around so many horrible people. And I think equally, maybe not at the same magnitude, everyone has taught me a little bit about myself. Everyone's taught me a little bit about the person I want to become. And the people that I want to, more importantly, spend the rest of my life around. I know now what I'm looking for in a person, and that's through all the faults of others, through all the faults of my own self. And if I had never gone through the grief of some of my previous relationships, I mean, I went through some pretty fucked up stuff growing up. I had all the trust issues growing up. I had some pretty fucked up stuff happen to me, basically at a young age, on the basis of another person. So, I know now that the person I am today, I could never be that person without all the bullshit, all the trouble I'd went through. So that's why I always say I never regret anything. I wouldn't trade any of my experiences for the world, because I am the person I am because of my own experiences. And that will never change. That will never change. I will always be who I am, and I will never be ashamed of that. So let's get the Valkyrie to the tower. Just kind of felt like that. That was pretty cheeky, wasn't it? And hopefully that means the entire game is done. I think it is. He's got a Royal Piggy's push. They're probably going to be flying. I'm probably going to shit myself and miss this rocket, because that's what I always do. Let's just see it. Oh, they're not even Evo. We can go ahead and just rocket them, and then we'll go ahead with a Hero Valkyrie. That should be able to kill just about everything. Yeah, use your ability, little bro. It is too late. It is too late, my friend. Yeah, Musketeer in the back. I am sorry. Can't even say your name. That's kind of the shit that's been going on. That's what I've been kind of thinking about recently, man. And I hope that resonates, because I know I've seen a lot of things online recently about people just going through relationship issues, and I've seen people online saying, I don't know if I can ever recover this. I don't know if I can ever recover from this. If I can ever, find someone that is of this deep of a connection. And man, I don't know everyone and anyone's story, but I will always say, man, I saw actually a pretty good comment about it. It's like, if you're in hell right now, why would you quit? Why would you stop in hell? You know what I mean? You got to keep going, because every horrible thing that's ever happened to you is just another step towards becoming the person you were destined to be. And I guarantee to you that everyone is destined for greatness. Whether as long as your effort is always genuine, and you go out of your way for the sake of others, I think everyone's going to be okay in this life. Which might be a little bit too hopeful sounding, but genuinely, I think everyone has a really good opportunity to at least be at peace with who they are as a person, if that makes sense. There's so much grief and horrible things that can happen in this world, and I'm not going to sit here and argue that all of life is fantastic, and that I'm not ignorant, and I know how much fucked up shit can happen in the world, and how many times it has happened to countless people. But I think overall, it is so important to remember that in this world, we have basically every tool necessary to allow for us to be at peace. We have a conscious mind, and the mind dictates everything. Our mind dictates our environment, our surroundings. We can change everything in our lives, because everything is based on our perception, right? And that's the reality. I mean, what is real what is this deciphered as real in this world? I mean, there's obviously the worldly things that I guess everyone interprets as the real things, but there's, like I said, there's so much shit in this world. There's so much shit to do in this world. So many perceptions and experiences to have, and just it's never over, man. It's never over. So even if you got cheated on, even if that fucking sucks, I mean, I can't even imagine being cheated on after being with, you know, a woman for years, decades. It's probably some of the worst pain you'll ever go through as a man. But it's all in all just made to get yourself to be the best version of yourself. And I'm really resonating or feeling with this message right now with my manager, who unfortunately got fired, I believe, pretty unjustly. And I believe that, you know, because she went out of her way, she never really. Hold on, I'm gonna just tornado rocket everything. That's so much elixir and single, but I mean, he also piled the entire bridge. I think I can get away with it. I can go ahead and go with a Hero Valkyrie. Hopefully it doesn't get completely shredded by the Berserker, which it definitely could. But we look like we're okay at this position. I think we are. This is going to be an interesting matchup, of course, Golem. I will say, talking about all this stuff has definitely made my headache subdue a little bit. So shout out Clash Royale to being the ultimate healing method. I'm going to rocket whatever he plays behind this. I mean, I think it's just value. Let's see. Is he going to place anything at the bridge? I'm not going to rocket too early. Here's a rocket that I don't even have to tornado, which is fantastic. Nice. Everything is dead in that spot, and he fireballed as well. Here's a Evo Lumberjack. I'm going to go ahead like this, and I'm going to go... Hopefully that kills absolutely... Oh, it's not going to kill it. Oh, it is? Nice. Very nice. And I'm going to go ahead at this point. He's going to go Night Witch alone into that lane, so I'm just going to go ahead and log it. And then hopefully we can get an Expo on his tower, which we will. Brilliant stuff. He's probably going to golem in front of this. There's a cannon cart. I'm going to use my ability here to just get rid of the cannon cart as quickly as possible, because that's the only thing that can really take out my entire push here, plus the Berserker ability. So I'm honestly going to just tornado this all backwards, because I can't afford to not take his tower right here. Nice. That is absolutely brilliant. I'm going to hopefully rock it, and that just wins me the game. Brilliant. And you know what? I'm going to call it there, because I am feeling sick, and I really want to get an early sleep so I can wake up tomorrow and apply to med school, and hopefully get into med school and begin this next chapter of my life. So if you guys enjoyed that one, smash like, smash subscribe, and as always, peace.